Hello, dear viewers and subscribers. How are you? I hope you are well and enjoying the series in parts Azure certification. Actually, we are going to complete Azure certification path. In last session, we have discussed core architecture component part 4, and today we will be discussing cost management part 5, and this is the last part of this certification Azure Fundamental AZ-900. So let's review what are the learning objectives. First one is the factors that can affect costs in Azure. So there are a number of factors like storage, computation power, networking, any other tool or resources we are going to select. We have to take care some factors. Okay. And second is price calculator and total cost of ownership calculator. Whatever we have calculated the price for those selected infrastructure or softwares or any resources provided by cloud Azure cloud, we can compare with the tool provided by Azure TCO, total cost of ownership. Then we have Microsoft Cost Management tool. Okay, it's a good that it's also providing us cost management tool where we can view reports and etc. So last one is purpose of tags. So we will be going one by one. First, we have to go through all what are the tools and features provided by Azure Cloud. So let's have a look in a short video first. Then we will be discussing one by one.
How much does Azure cost? The answer to this common question depends on many factors, such as services used, workloads, networking needs, and storage requirements. Azure provides several tools to help you understand your costs and savings when moving to the cloud. First, the Total Cost of Ownership, or TCO, calculator helps you understand the cost savings of operating your solution on Azure compared to your on-premises data center. Define your workloads by specifying your current on-premises infrastructure based on servers, databases, storage, and networking. Then you can make adjustments to costs based on your location and organization. Finally, you can view a report that shows your costs and savings over time. The second useful tool is the pricing calculator, which can help you determine which Azure services best fit your budget. As you select your subscriptions, services, resources, and third-party solutions, you can add up your costs. You can make adjustments for regions, billing options, dev test pricing, and support options. This can give you a good estimate of the costs of your plans. To monitor your actual costs, you can use the Azure Advisor. It can make recommendations around unused resources and ways to optimize your services. You can also set spending limits on your costs to prevent accidental cost overruns. By using these tools, you can monitor your costs while tracking your overall long-term savings of moving to the cloud.
Okay, guys, as we have seen the factors that can impact on Azure cost in Azure. So Azure actually shift development cost from capital expense of building out and maintaining infrastructure and facilitate to an operational expense of renting infrastructure as you need it, whether it is compute, storage, networking, and so on. Operational expense cost can be impacted with few things like resource type, consumption, maintenance, geography, subscription type, and also Azure Marketplace. If you talk about one by one, like resource type, so you have to take care when you go for resource type. It is either virtual machine, it is either if you are going to for compute, definitely you will be selecting virtual machine. If you are going to select for storage, definitely you will be going for NoSQL, I mean relational, non-relational, or any kind of data. To store any kind of data, definitely you will be selecting blob. So you have to take care because to avoid extra cost and billing, we have to understand the business requirements and as well as the implementation point of view. So, if you talk about second factor consumption, definitely we have a different model. We can go with the pay as you go, or you can also set amount of cloud resources in advance and receive discounts on it. So there are also different model for consumption, and third one is maintenance. The flexibility of the cloud makes it possible to rapidly adjust resources based on demand. Okay, using resource groups can help keep all of your resources organized. So, if you let's suppose, in order to control cost, it's important to maintain your cloud environment. For example, every time you provision a VM virtual machine, additional resources such as storage and networking are also provisioned. Definitely, if you deprovision the VM, those additional resources may not deprovision at the same time, either intentionally or unintentionally. So, by keeping an eye on your resources and making sure you are not keeping around resources that are no longer needed, you can help control cloud cost as well. So, third is geography. If you are going to select some region, definitely some region may cost differently. Okay, so it's not necessary that South Asia will be equivalent to Pakistan or Saudi Arabia or any other country. So definitely, because it also depends on geographia, region. You have to take care while selecting a region. You may need to put your resource middle of the region. You can target of the region. So there are different options. Same goes for network traffic. Billing zones are a factor in determining the cost of Azure services. Bandwidth refers to data moving in and out of Azure data centers. Some inbound traffic data going into Azure data centers are free. For outbound data centers, data leaving Azure data center, I mean from Azure to publicly, going outside Azure to outside, data transfer pricing based on zones as well. So, fifth one is subscription type. Some Azure subscription types also include usage allowances, which affect cost as well. For example, an Azure free trial subscription provide access to a number of Azure products that are free for 12 months. It also includes credit to spend within your first 30 days of sign up. You will get access to more than 25 products that are always free. So also you have to take care your subscription type. If let's say you are working with free tier and you are using any resource which is not available, then definitely overbilling you will be paid. If you have purchased some subscription for a limited time, to have to take care of time, that after subscription time, definitely cloud can bill extra charges. So it's also last one, Azure Marketplace lets you purchase Azure based solutions and services from third party vendors. So whenever you are going to select an resource, you can use Azure resource, and also you can use third party. If you see that third party is providing uh, less expensive than Azure, then definitely you will be using third party. Either most of the companies also go for open source to less expenses. So these are the main factors that also we need to take care while going on cloud infrastructure. So next we will be discussing comparing of price uh, and total cost of ownership calculator. So let's see how to do this. As we have pricing calculator apart from OTV calculator. Actually, with pricing calculator, you can estimate the cost of any provision resource, including compute, storage, and associated network cost. You can even account for different storage option like storage type, XX tier, and redundancy as well. So there are different examples and tabs. So we will be discussing all of this later on detail as well. Here is note, the pricing calculator is for information purpose only. The prices are only an estimate, right? Nothing is provision when you have added resource to the pricing calculator, and you will not be charged for any service you selected. So this is just for testing. Next we have TCO calculator. TCO calculator is designed to help you compare the cost of running an on-premises infrastructure compared to an Azure cloud infrastructure. Let's suppose you have also running your infrastructure on premises. You have some servers, machines, storage devices, also database servers on your within infrastructure on premises, and you want to just compare the prices before going to Azure cloud. You need to calculate and compare the comparison. Okay, if I have purchased my machine in my company, and this is the total cost it is paying for that. And let's suppose I have server, in-house server, and total cost I am consuming is $100 a month. Then I will use TCO calculator to compare all of those. Okay? TCO calculator then compare the anticipated cost of your current environment with the Azure environment supporting the same infrastructure requirement. So with TCO calculator, same server, you can do estimate if we have on cloud for a month. So either it is equal to $100, or maybe you are using your that server a few days a month, then definitely on premises you are paying for a month, but on cloud you are paying for only those specific days. So with TCO calculator, you enter your configuration, add an assumption like power and IT labor cost, and are presented with an estimation of the cost difference to run the same environment in your current data center in an Azure. Actually, to estimate workload cost by using this price calculator, you need to define your requirements, right? And then uh, in while exploring this price calculator, as first estimate your solution. You can add services to the estimate, as compute, database, networking, whatever service you need. And also you need to configure services to match your requirements. Let's suppose under virtual machine, we can see these values. We can configure region, operating system, type, tier, instance, and virtual machine, right? So because every configuration and selection will impact on your cost. And also when you will go for SQL database on Azure, you also need to select all of this, in which region you need your database, which type you need of database. Is it SQL, non-SQL, blob, or even single or multi? So also backup storage tier you have to select, purchase order, service tier, compute tier, generation, instance as well. So you can also go for application gateway, and same configuration you might configure uh, for your gateway as well. So after doing this, then you can review, share, and save your estimate. Okay, you can also export this to forward your relevant department. because when you go for this infrastructure, your relevant department you ask you to, okay, these are the requirements, and do estimate and share with us. Okay, so guys, to conclude quickly, because it's a practical, when we will start practical example, definitely we will be doing all of this apart from TCO calculator as well. So here you can see Azure also provide us cost management, where we can configure our budgets alerts, credit alerts, as well as department spending quota alerts. So this is all about practice, and definitely we will be doing some practice and will sharing with you the session how to use price calculator, how to use OTC ownership calculator tool, and how to use cost management as well. So guys, next and last is our purpose of tags, why we use tags, and how to use tags. So for example, as your cloud usage grows, it is increasingly important to stay organized, right? A good organization strategy helps you understand your cloud usage and can help you manage costs. One way to organize related resources is to place them in their own subscriptions, uh, your own group. You can also use resource group to manage related resource. So third way is resource tags are another way to organize your resource. Tags actually provide extra information or metadata about your resource. This metadata is useful. Actually, resource tag consists of name and value. You can assign one or more tags to each resource. Okay, so keep in mind that you don't need to enforce that a specific tag is present on all of your resources, right? For example, you might decide that only mission critical resources have the same impact tag. All non tagged resources would then not be considered as mission critical. So actually, what what actually tag using is useful for. You can also manage your resources. You can also cost management and optimization. Uh, it's also helpful for operations management. It also for security. It also helps tag management for governance and regularity compliance as well. We can also use tagging for workload optimization and automation. So guys, uh, it's a good news that we have almost done with our first certificate AZ-900, and now conclude with the knowledge check. Once we done this, it will be over, and our first certification with all parts will be completed. And okay, let's start with our knowledge check. Okay guys, so let's start with the knowledge check. uh, First question is, check your knowledge with the what is your features can help stay organized and track usage based on metadata associated with the resource, right? So as we have studied that, we have discussed, uh, this is the third way for managing the resource through tags. And tags actually provide metadata. You can add tag and provide some detail, because key value provide provision. So definitely there is no tracer or values. So we have discussed, and we know that only this is the way we can organize and track usage based on metadata associated with resources. And what is the best method to estimate the cost of migration to the cloud while incurring uh, minimal cost? So definitely, we have used two method, price calculator and ownership calculator, because price calculator is just to calculate the cost of previous services, and uh, ownership calculator is to where you can estimate your on premises and on cloud. So because we are going to migrate from on premises to cloud, then definitely we will be using total cost of ownership calculator. So let's see what happened. Let's check our knowledge. Okay, great. Okay, guys, congratulations on completion of fifth part of Microsoft Azure Fundamental AZ-900, and now you have completed the certification. You can go through these sessions again and again. You can also do some research on internet and browse any more information as well. You can also go and watch other YouTube channel to learn more, and definitely you will be getting more information. And after repetition of same thing, it's get more perfect to understand and be prepared for exam. So let's meet you in the next certification. So stay with us, stay with that Max the service, and we will be providing our best knowledge with you. Thank you.